the Japan GT Championship with Toyota and Nissan. PlayStation.
The Twin Ring Motegi Eurosport brings you round 6 of the Japanese GT Championship. And it's the NS drivers, Ralph Furman and Sugio Matsuda, who lead the championship, but they are in a tight battle for this year's crown. Despite questionable weather, 45,000 spectators cramming the Motegi circuit for round 6 of 8-round series. But qualifying a disaster, the Nissan team once more they languished in 12th and 18th on the grid. And the fast times were set by the Toyotas, the Hondas and the McLaren. The HKS Mercedes was outside of the qualifying maximum, as was the Zip Speed Corvette. So neither of those would take the start, but it was a surprise pole position for Naoki Hattori's Yellowcorn McLaren. The big surprise is that it was the Honda NSs that dominated the mid-August test a month before the race, setting first, second and third times. But ex-GP ace Hattori sticking the car on pole position. Alongside him, Sugio Tsuchiya and Wayne Gardner's Tom's Toyota Supra. Third on the grid, Rocky Kato and Mitsu Sada, the ex-Formula 3000 ace in the Raybrick Honda NSX, the blue and white car. Fourth quickest, the Project Espalier Toyota Supra, Kageyama and Wakisaka, who haven't had much of a season so far. Sebastian Philippe and Richard Lyons of Great Britain, fifth in their Takata Dome NSX, ahead of Ryo Michigami and Daisuke Ito's Honda, with championship points leaders Matsuda and Furman in their Honda, lining up 7th. Ready to go then for round 6 of the championship. And under threatening skies, but on a dry track. They're waiting for the red lights to go green. Good formation from the field. The starter will release them this time. And the turbo power of the Toyotas looking to unseat the McLaren from pole position. But Naoki Hattori takes the lead. Hattori battling with Tsuchiya. The Toyota on the inside line, and further back, the Raybrick NSX into third place, away from the start, hanging on to his grid spot. Sebastian Philippe up into 5th position, where he started. So the rolling start, a clean one, and giving no advantage to anyone, it seems. Top half dozen, in fact, top 9 as they were, leaving the grid. Further back, move is on there. Motoyama in the Nissan on the inside, and Keneshi Tsuchiya, Takeshi's brother, goes around the outside. But Motoyama fights back in the Nissan. Well, a clean early start. First few corners with no real dramas. And the Mercedes you see there actually taking the start of the race despite being outside the 107% qualifying maxima. It was given a waiver. They've been trying so long, the HKS outfit, to get that old Mercedes CLK to work. But this time the organisers gave them a chance to start. The VMAC again on pole position in the GT300s. There you see Ralph Furman and Sugio Matsuda's car, the white Mobil 1 Honda NSX, but the Yellowcorn McLaren leading at the end of the first lap. Good battle here, Kurosawa and Kageyama. And no place is being changed, but inside Furman goes the number 16 machine of Michigami and Ito. Ralph Furman, who habitually starts the race, loses the place. And by the time they get onto the straight, you see he's lost the toe as well. Yellowcorn McLaren breaking away from Tsuchiya, Kato and Kageyama. And big Honda, Toyota and McLaren battle going on here. And the Nissan just about able to get in the fray. Motoyama, as these guys slow each other down, racing wheel to wheel. The sixth car of Wakisaka and Aida, the blue and white Toyota, already a race winner this year as the Mercedes succumbs to another engine problem. Fails to complete more than a couple of laps. The leader starting to stream away. But further back, behind the top four, this battle also starting to spread itself a little. Ralph Furman around the outside into the first turn, but not cleanly enough, and off he goes. Well, Ralph Furman making contact with Kageyama's Toyota, and the two of them in the gravel. They are dragged out and will return to the track as we ride on board with the number 18 Takata Dome car, Sebastian Philippe, the young Frenchman, and British ace Richard Lyons. And they have been getting quicker and quicker this season. They headed the mid-August test here, the only test this season at Motegi, and disappointed to start only in fifth spot on the grid. Great onboard pictures from the yellow and green car, the number 18 machine. Chasing hard. Car in front, the Ray Brigg Honda NSX, that's Hiroki Kato, who raced last year for the Paynos sports car outfit in the American Le Mans Series and at Le Mans. The 16 car, Ryo Michigami and Daisuke Ito's Honda, so a three-way NSX battle here. And right in front of this trio, the Toyota, and a great move down the inside by Ulsterman Richard Lyons. Sparkling overtaking manoeuvre there. Checking both mirrors, committed himself very deep into the corner to take that, and the Ray Brigg car just holding off Ryo Michigami and the red, black and white car, the other Mugen entered machine. Well, as these guys battle, the Toyota just in front of them, that's Tsuchiya and Gardner's car, and already the yellow-corn McLaren, the race leader, in traffic. Here comes the second-placed Castrol Toms Toyota, and then the three-way NSX battle for third. An entertaining race already here at the Twin Ring Motegi circuit as they start to carve through the slower GT300s. And we'll be back with more from Motegi in a moment.
Toyota and Nissan.
Back at Twin Ring Motegi, on board with Richard Lyons in third position in round 6 of the Japanese GT Championship. This car was fastest in the pre-race test a month before round 6 of the 8-race series. Now he's battled his way through his Honda rivals and deep down the inside of Takeshi Tsuchiya for second place. And look at this, Tsuchiya not defending at all, absolutely taken by surprise. Richard Lyons inventing a new passing place at Motegi. Well, there is the race leader, Naoki Hattori's yellow-corn McLaren from pole position, but Richard Lyons by far and away the quickest car on the racecourse at the moment. And there is the battle for fourth place, the Ray Brigg NSX, the blue car of Hiroki Kato, and right behind Ryo Michigami in the Mugen Honda NSX. Looks to the inside, can't make the move. Sixth place, some way back, is Motoyama in the best of the Nissans. Nissan still enduring chassis and tyre problems with its 2002 spec V6 engine car, and it seems that's really a development work in progress. Now the battle on wheel to wheel here. Michigami makes the move, Kato tries to defend it but runs out of road on the exit. Good move from Ryo Michigami, moves the Mugen Honda up into fourth place. And that's not all done yet though. Right behind the best of the Nissans here are previous race winners, both those Toyotas, and off course, well, that is Kageyama. Drops the 23 car out of sixth position. Akira Aida and Jeremy Dufour both squeezed by him, and now the Castrol Toyota under threat from Michigami. The Honda's clearly going better as the fuel load lightens than the Toyota, and indeed than the McLaren. Well, Takeshi Tsuchiya not about to be sandbagged again by a Honda, but onto the stretch. He has got the Honda slipstreaming him, or did have. He cuts to the inside to defend the first turn, but that'll make him perilously slow on the exit. Can Michigami take advantage? Well, if this were Fuji, then he probably would have, but the narrower, twistier, more technical circuit here at Twin Ring Motegi not favouring an outside move around the first turn as much as it does at Fuji. Well, there's the Ray Brigg Honda. Rocky Kato bringing it into the pits, 26 laps into the race. The first of the front runners in GT500 to pit. And look at all the rubbish on the track as you see the leader still being chased down by Richard Lyons. Naoki Hattori, the surprise pole sitter in the yellow corn McLaren, being run down. Now, driver change between Yuichi Wakisaka and Akira Aida in the number 6 car. Similarly, in 16, Michigami will hand over to Daisuke Ito, and Richard Lyons has handed over to his French co-driver, Sebastien Philippe. As they come out of the pits, they hold on to and indeed increase their advantage over Wayne Gardner's and Takeshi Tsuchiya's Castrol Toyota. Oh, and a big mistake by the race leader. Shoots off there, down the escape road. Taking a very unconventional line into the pits. The race leader is in then. Naoki Hattori will bail out of the yellow corn McLaren. Eiichi Tajima, his co-driver, and as they sit stationary, the number 18 car takes the lead. The race lead changes through the course of the pit stops. And the McLaren taking longer to fuel. It's got a higher fuel consumption than the Hondas and the Toyotas, and spending longer time stationary. So the Sebastien Philippe car leads from the Ray Brigg NSX, the 36 Wayne Gardner Toyota right behind it. Then the yellow corn McLaren in 4th place, under pressure from the 76 Toyota right up his exhaust pipes. I beg your pardon, the 76 McLaren under pressure from the 39 Toyota right up his exhaust pipes, and now straight down the inside. And that is the Jeremy Dufour and Orido car. So Tajima losing another place. And it looks as though Wayne Gardner is under pressure as well. Oh, the Toyota makes a big mistake. Clatters into the GT300 Mazda RX-7, which in turn finds stranded McLaren in the gravel traps. That's Okada and Kurosawa's SOK McLaren. And the 36 Toyota, well, losing out there, under braking into the left-hander. Daisuke Ito continuing the good work of teammate Ryo Michigami. They started in 6th position, now in 2nd place in a Honda NSX 1-2. Best of the Toyotas in 3rd spot. And that's the former bike ace, Wayne Gardner. Well, the yellow corn McLaren still in the thick of it here. And there is the Toyota after its little off-track excursion. Right behind the blue and white car, the Esso Toyota. That's Wakisaka and Akira Aida now driving the car. Took over from Yuichi Wakisaka. 3 Toyotas there running, nose to tail. Sebastien Philippe leading comfortably. GT300 car coming out of the pits. And immediately in trouble. Number 2 machine straight off into the tyre barrier. The Honda NSX of the Verno team bringing out the yellow flags. Now the race leader still the 18 Honda, but Mitsusada starting to close in the Ray Brigg machine. As in the gravel, Tachikawa, the reigning champion, has beached the Toyota, but he will rejoin the race. battle intensifies in round 6 of the Japanese GT Championship. Twinrin Motegi and Sebastian Philippe in the Takata Dome NSX, leading from the Ray Brigg Honda, with another Honda in third place, the number 16 Mugen car of Daisuke Ito. And the Nissans again in trouble. Eric Comas into the pits with damaged suspension. Seems like their magnetic attraction for dramas continues. And now from third place, Daisuke Ito in the car he took over from Ryo Michigami, slowing, heading for the pits, radioing in, saying he can't find any more gears. Stuck in gear, and that looks like the end of the race for the third place Mugen Honda. So is the Honda challenge falling apart, and will the race go to Toyota in the end? Well, there's still two out front in podium positions. Leading the race, Sebastian Philippe, who took over the yellow and green Takata Dome NSX from Richard Lyons. And the Toyotas with their troubles as well. Wayne Gardner, been off track once already in traffic, now spins out of the final turn and loses plenty of time. Drops out of 5th place, down another spot in the order. And that'll disappoint them. They started on the outside of the front row of the grid. Well, the lead is really being sliced into now by the Ray Brigg Honda. Hidetoshi Mitsusada, who raced in the Formula 3000 Championship a couple of years ago, took over the blue and multicolored car from Hiroki Kato. And he is now reeling in Sebastian Philippe. What has the Frenchman got left? Again, checking the mirrors as he dives into the corner. Lots of tight corners here at Motegi. A couple of good overtaking opportunities. That should allow the leader to keep his cool in traffic. Onto the straight he comes, though. Now you'll see his eyes flick to the mirrors, no question about it. Worried where the Ray Brigg car is. And the pit board won't be telling him things that he wants to know. It's getting closer and closer. Every time he gets stuck behind a slower car in traffic, they're negotiating the GT300 Viper. He knows he's losing fractions of a second, and every single one of those is so hard to get back. Closing stages of the race. Inside the final 4 laps. Two laps to go. Benoit Tralouillet making his debut in the series here in the Calsonic Nissan. Is the next car in front, but into the final 2 laps, and there is nothing between the race leaders. Sebastian Philippe checking both mirrors twice as he looks for an advantage to try and hold off the Ray Brigg Honda, and this will be a gripper all the way to the flag. Hidetoshi Mitsusada in the blue car, and right in front of him, barely visible, he is Mitsusada behind as Sebastian Philippe negotiates the GT300. There's the Mosler 900 GT. Squeezes by. just about hang on to his lead at the moment. Through the traffic, there is the Calsonic Nissan, a lap down on the leaders now and no factor in the race. But it will be a grandstanding finish. The quicker of the two cars behind, but the 18 car has led since the pit stops and before, and Sebastian Philippe will not wish to give that away on the final lap. Extremely tricky proposition for Mitsu Sada as the chasing driver. A little bit of clear road in front of him now as he comes out onto the pit straight for the penultimate time. Next time by, somebody will take the checkered flag. Sebastian Philippe leads, but he's offering the toe to Hidetoshi Mitsu Sada. Can the Raybrick driver make a move down the inside? Not into turn one. That doesn't work here. And now Mitsu Sada's tyres perhaps starting to cry enough. He's sliding around a little through the first couple of corners. Both drivers with near identical Honda NSXs, both with Bridgestone tyres. So the same choice, but have they got the same compound? Will one or the other have a slight advantage? Here comes the Raybrick car, the last gasp perhaps. Can't get the job done. Manages to avoid contact. Richard Lyons on the pit wall with the rest of the team surely can barely bring himself to look down at the final corner to see which car comes across first. The Takata Dome, fastest of all the field in the test session a month before this race. And now parlaying that into race pace out of the final corner. There's the scoring tower. Here come the pits. He can't be far away now. Up down to the back of the pits and down the inside comes the blue machine. And has that made enough of a gap for Sebastian Philippe? That deep lunge may well have sealed the race here. Now they come down the front of the pits. The checkered flag waves. Sebastian Philippe, Richard Lyons and the Takata Dome NSX crew win their first race of the season. And for Philippe and Lyons, their first career Japanese GT victories in a thrilling climax. Third place, the McLaren that sat on pole position, Hattori and Tajima. And second place, Kato and Mitsu Sada, a little disappointed no doubt, but a great race from the Raybrick car that started in third place. Wakisaka and Aida in fourth ahead of Dufour and Orido, who survived their dramas to come home in fifth place. Takeuchi and Tachikawa, despite not featuring, are still the points leaders from Mitsu Sada. Matsuda and Furman had a dreadful weekend. They dropped down the order and are joined by Philippe and Lyons in joint fourth place. Their congratulations from Naoki Hattori for Richard Lyons. Drags Sebastian Philippe out of the car and the pair celebrate their debut victory.
It was quite easy for 30 laps, and the 5 last laps was just big pressure on me. But I knew that it was not possible for him to overtake me in a normal case. So I was still confident. Only the traffic could have made a problem for me. So, but Mitsu Sada in the 5 last laps was so quick. So, but anyway, it's a win, and it's okay. It's fine.
It's okay. I think it's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. I'm very happy for Dom, for Honda, for Richard, for me. We are working very hard to get a win for a long time now. So I'm very pleased that all this work has been offered us this win.
Well, they'd have to be pleased, wouldn't they? Their first career win and their first win of the season. 2 races left, and you'll see them both on Eurosport as we head into the late autumn and the early winter. Join us for that until the next time out from the Japanese GT Championship. Congratulations to our winners. We'll see you next time.